I seriously have no idea what just happened there, but it pissed me off. I lost my entire train of thought. It makes me so mad. I'm so fed up with YouTube. I really, seriously, this platform really pisses me off. Dina, I'm back, but this platform is really pissing me off. Really, really pissing me off. Yeah, because I lost my whole train of thought, man. Like, I was seriously in the middle of something, delivering a message, and it just cut off. It does that to me every single time. I don't see that happen to anybody else, but it happens to me. So between being shadow banned, limiting the reach of my posts, it's a struggle, guys. That's fine though, because you know what? Facebook shows me a lot of love. So I got to be grateful for that. And then there's also channels that can't be monetized. I'm grateful to be monetized. That's fine. But why don't you guys sub to the backup channel? I've decided I'm going to plug the backup channel, and I want that channel to grow, because that channel might not be monetized. It might not be shadow banned either. So guys, please sub to the backup channel. Please do that. Magnificent Uncut. Thanks, Dina. Man, I had a good crowd too. I had like 100 people watching. Damn. Anyway. So this lady, right? She had over-the-top Trump derangement syndrome. Almost nothing she said made any sense. She's over there talking about Trump plays identity politics more than anyone else. And she was like, we need to do something about the environment, but the Republicans are blocking it. She just kept on going to Trump and the Republicans, Trump and the Republicans. And all I was, I prefer limited government. I don't think that there's a heavy-handed solution that's going to work. Like, there's no one-size-fits-all solution, but that's what you see everybody, all these politicians proposing, and she just wasn't having it at all. So it was kind of funny. But it was also great that after seeing her, I saw like 5 people support Trump, and they gave me compliments on my hat. That happens a lot. I actually get way more compliments on my hat than I do criticism. She even said, like, you know, that hat was made in China. She was just really angry. And because we kept going back and forth for so long and I had to get back to work, I told her, I'm like, you know, I would love to sit and actually have a discussion if you would let me get a word in, but I got to get back to work. And just so you know, I'm going to keep wearing this hat because it triggers people like you. And she was just like, and then I walked away. It was pretty funny. But you know, that's the country that we're in right now. Thanks, DM. God bless you too. I'm back, Tony. And I was just voicing how frustrated I am with YouTube, man. This platform is not very good to me. It really isn't. It really pisses me off. And I fully expect both of these live streams I just did to get demonetized. But what pissed me off with that last, I had a really good sized crowd. And I was just talking about how, you know, these encounters, everybody you meet is not by chance, it's divine. You know, every interaction is not a mistake. It's not a coincidence. There's something to be gained, something to be learned. The only other encounter that I had, and I can tell you this from experience, where the person didn't agree with me, this was like several months back, like maybe before midterms. It was a black guy. He saw me wearing the hat from a distance, and he just said, like, he said something like, well, to each their own. And I took that as, okay, that's fair. I can tell he doesn't agree with me wearing the hat, but he wasn't disrespectful. He didn't try to shame me. He was just like, you do you. Well, I took it upon myself to go walk over to the guy and have a discussion with him. And I told him, you need to look up the history of the Democrat Party and the Republican Party. And not everything is what it seems. And I told him about my channel. I told him about some other channels. And I said, man, really, you need to think long and hard before you pull the lever for the Democrats in midterms. And that's an interaction that wouldn't have happened if I didn't have on this hat. And so that's why it's so important to me, this is why I like to wear it. One of the several reasons. The fact that it triggers people is just kind of like an added bonus. Because like I said, it's a symbol of rebellion, which is great. It's obviously fun, but there's also some meaningful interactions that can happen. Like some of the conversations that can happen are important. They need to happen. It's like breaks the matrix, because it woke that dude up out of the matrix. Like, he was really shocked. He asked for my email address and stuff. He's like, damn, man, I had no idea. Write down your information. Let me look it up. Let me do the research. Because you have a lot of people out there. I know for those of us that are into politics, we just kind of assume everyone's into politics and they picked a side and dug their heels in. No, there's a lot of people who just don't even know what's going on. They're just kind of walking around. Just walking around in the matrix. They don't even know what's going on. And those are the people that we need to be talking to. And that's... So, yeah, this thing cut out again. It cut out on me. But I'm saying, like, the people who don't follow politics and don't know what's going on, that's who I'm trying to reach. Right? Like, Dina, thank you so much for sending me that video. So Dina sent me a video. I'll post it. And you guys watch it. And there are 1 million votes up for grabs in Florida. And Andrew Gillum is planning this massive campaign to register voters. But the Republicans, and I didn't think about this, the Republicans down here in Florida, I don't like what they're doing, because number one, they're undermining the will of the people. Florida passed Amendment 4 in Florida passed, which restores voting rights to felons. Andrew Gillum wants to register them to vote Democrat. The Republicans are trying to roadblock it by saying they want to pass legislation that says, well, before you can vote, you need to pay off your restitution and all your court fees and fines. But if they robbed a jewelry store, they might owe hundreds of thousands of dollars. So they're not going to be able to pay that off. And that wasn't a part of the amendment to begin with. I get why they're doing it. Actually, I don't get why they're doing it. I see what they're trying to do. They think that these felons are automatically a slam dunk for Democrats. And so they see it's necessary to try to compete for that vote. When in reality, all they're doing is making it easier for Gillum to register him. So like, hey, look, see that? The Republicans don't even want you to vote. So now Gillum's work is going to be easy. When in reality, these Republicans, they need to be talking to Trump like, Trump, you need to come to Florida and deliver a specific message that will reach those felons. Talk to them about prison reform. Talking to them about jobs. Talk to them about, I don't know, like programs they can get in that's going to help them, you know, qualify for jobs and whatever. Trump needs to reach out to these 1 million votes in the biggest swing state that are up for grabs. I thought about making a video and sending it to Candace Owens, a separate video, and I still might do it because Candace Owens has a lot of power. Candace Owens is going across the country doing these, you know, these Blexit rallies and stuff. But we need one in Florida. Florida needs to be prioritized. I'm telling you guys, if Trump loses Florida, it's a wrap. So all this joking and trolling AOC and Bernie Sanders and all that, they're going to get their way if whoever the candidate is wins Florida. So we talk about how much socialism sucks. We don't want socialism here. Well, if Trump loses Florida, there you go. That's the first domino fall right there. So we can't slip. We can't look past like, oh, Trump's going to win in a landslide because there was no Russian collusion. There's no way Trump's losing to one of these far leftists. And I've engaged in that too. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I've engaged in that too. But when you really think about it, guys, I shouldn't be doing that because that's what Hillary did. Didn't Hillary and Hillary supporters do the same thing? Weren't they cocky? Like, haha, there's no way Trump's going to win. And look what happened. I don't want to fall into that same trap. So I probably will make a little video or something and have you guys fan it out over social media. I have Charlie Kirk's number too. I might text him. I mean, whatever. I want to try to get this video to Candace. I need to get to Candace Owens so that she can prioritize coming to Florida, having a Blexit rally, maybe talking to some of these felons. And what I'm going to do because I'm action oriented. I'm going to go to the local Republican Party office here and say, what the hell are you guys doing? First of all, you're trying to undermine the will of the people with this Amendment 4 thing, talking about they need to pay off their fines and all that before they can vote. No. And secondly, you need to try to compete for their votes, because if they get the impression that you just don't want them to vote and you're trying to block them, well, what effect is that going to have? Don't just call it a slam dunk for Democrats. It's not going to look good. It's just a bad look. I don't like it at all. And I wonder what DeSantis has to say about it. So that's what I'm going to do. Thanks for the super chat, LG. Love your videos. God bless. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you guys, man. I'm really sorry about that first live stream. I don't know why it cut off. I'm a Canadian. I can't really help. Just try to inform the haters. Yes, you can help. Yes, you can. You can help tremendously by sharing the videos, having these conversations. I'm telling you, you can break people out of the matrix. It's not that hard. All you got to do is just contradict what they believe. Show them facts. Show them the truth. And a lot of people say, oh, that's just propaganda. It's like, really? So someone recording something with their smartphone is propaganda? This one's saying YouTube is a weapon. Use it. As much as I criticize YouTube for how they do my channel, that's another story. I'm grateful for YouTube because it is a just breath of information. In the age of information, being ignorant is a choice, right? It's all at your fingertips. Show them the videos of illegals hopping into our country. Show them those videos. They're out there. Just type it in. Your run-of-the-mill people are recording those videos and uploading them. Show them how intolerant the left is, how they're running people out of restaurants, denying them service, assaulting them, and then ask them to show you videos of Trump supporters doing the same thing. They won't be able to find it. We're living through modern-day Jim Crow where you can openly discriminate. It's not the equivalent of Jim Crow, so don't get triggered. For anybody watching that might get triggered, try to call me a coon or something. It's similar in that you can it's illegal, but you can discriminate against people based on their political views. Our political views are tied to us being able to vote, which is our right. And you have discrimination. Like, I will not serve Trump supporters. I will not serve people wearing this red hat. It's crazy, man. So you can show them that stuff and tell them, okay, show me how this is not true. Debunk it if you can. That's really all I'm saying, man. Like, the truth will stop being stranger than fiction one of these days, and then I'll shut up about it. But until then, I'm going to keep saying it. And I try to tell the people right before I drop a truth bomb on them, because they might be like, what? That's like the opposite of what I think and what I know and what I believe. I'm like, just bear with me here. Bear with me. Now, if you guys will excuse me, I have another rebellious act to commit. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here in 1 second. Got a rebellious act to commit. Gotta have me some burgers, man, you know, because AOC said I can't have any burgers. Now, for those of you who have lived in the Midwest, you know exactly what this restaurant is. Okay? Talk about In-N-Out Burger all you want on the West Coast, but you have not lived until you've had Culver's. So AOC said I can't have burgers. I'm about to go have 2 of them bad boys. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you in the next video.